thing.
I got through 9 minutes, and then when he said, I don't know if this is going to work. I got to watch wrestling.
Following broadcast is a presentation of the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
Mine was last time.
Cameras are ready. The headset is on. It's game time.
And good evening and welcome once again to Magnitude Sports presentation of high school basketball. I'm Jason Groth with Lance Rock. Tonight we have the Perham Yellowjackets taking on the Henning Hornets here to kick off the 2021 and 22 season here on the Magnitude Sports Network. We'd like to thank you for tuning in. First of all, to the KLN Family Brands pregame show. Lance, it's great to be back in the booth with you.
It certainly is, Jason. I'm excited for tonight. It's funny how, as you're going, how fast the seasons change. You think from fall to winter, and I'm not just talking the temperature outside, but how we were just at volleyball and football, and now we just turn the page, and here we are in the gym getting ready for basketball and wrestling seasons.
Both teams warming up on the floor tonight for this season opening contest. Both teams with big hopes going into this new season. Yellowjackets last year finished with a record of 12-7 overall. They were defeated by Breckenridge by a score of 55-43 last year in the first round of the playoffs. Kind of a stunner in that first round on paper, but overall those two teams were very evenly matched, and Breckenridge got that victory last year. Henning comes in with the record from last year of 20-2. They swept through the Park Region Conference with a 12-0 mark. They rolled through their first three games in the playoffs, then ran into a real strong West Central area squad and were defeated 64-53 in the 6A playoffs there.
Yeah, Jason, and I think, like you said, high optimism for the year starting, but I think if I had to put a word on it, I think it's going to be a question mark. Both teams have question marks. They've got big shoes to fill from last year. Certainly if you're a Henning fan, a losing Dag who now dresses and suits up for the NDSU Bison, that's a big loss for a program in a school. And same can be said for the Yellowjackets. Three really good key senior contributors that they really look to at the end of halves, end of games, looking for their shot and ready to take that shot because they had seen the floor so much. So question marks, I think, on both sides tonight, and we'll see which one answers it the best.
These two teams familiar with each other last year. They played to a 69-57 loss for the Yellowjackets and Henning. Henning kind of used a strong run in that second half to pull away from the Yellowjackets. Head coach Mike Hempel made some defensive adjustments in that contest, really threw the Yellowjackets off, and then Ellie Dag did Ellie Dag things, and she finished with 34 points in that game to lead the Hornets to the victory. Megan Reneker had 10 and Faith Fisher had 9. Faith Fisher is back for this Henning squad. She's a guard that we had a chance to watch a few years ago when she was a freshman, just a pest on defense in that state tournament or that playoff run that was here in the Hive, and she helped that team to the state tournament win that they had before COVID shut everything down on that year on the Hornets.
Yeah, and I think the one thing that you know you're getting from her is that defense that you were talking about, Jason. Now it's going to be, you're going to have to fill that scoring of those seniors that left for Henning, so I would guess she's one of them that's going to look a little bit more for her shot, and it seems like as kids get a little bit more experience, they get up to be upperclassmen, they're ready for that role. So let's see if she fills that role tonight and kind of bridges that gap of the scoring that a lot of kids left, but mainly Dag.
And then on the other side for the Yellowjackets, they lost 3 key players. Katie Johnson, Greta Razor inside, and outside Grace Mickelson. Mickelson did a lot of nice things defensively for the Yellowjackets, really got the Yellowjackets in their offense. Katie Johnson was a 1,000-point scorer, had some good looks from outside. Razor did a lot of work inside. But the Yellowjackets will look to fill those voids, and they have some players that are ready to step up. When you look at senior Sydney Anderson, who's known to knock down some timely threes for the Yellowjackets. You have Willow Thiel, a sophomore forward inside that can do a lot of work for the Yellowjackets. And then also a player that hasn't played much the last few years because she's been battling injury, but looking to be back is Greta Hillica, and you just hope she can have a strong year this year.
Right, and I think that's part of it, Jason, is it's always that next person up mentality in whatever sport you're at. It's hard to see those seniors go. I'm really curious to see if Coach Super and his staff implement the same type of system. They were, let's get the ball and go down the floor as fast as we can and try to get open shots. They had the guard play that kind of did that and stirred that drink, like you said, with Mickelson and Katie Johnson. That's a big role to fill when you've had senior leadership, junior leadership, sophomore leadership running your point guard system for a lot of years. Somebody's going to have to, maybe it's Hillica right now, that'll be that person that'll come in, step on the floor, and take that leadership role.
We thank you again for tuning in to the KLN Family Brands pregame show. We'd like to thank all our sponsors for making these broadcasts possible on the Magnitude Sports Media Network, EOT Insurance, KLN Family Brands, United Community Bank, Lakes Ace Hardware, Arvig, Perham High School, Central Minnesota Credit Union, and Stein Seed. We're going to take a quick timeout. When we come back here on the KLN Family Brands pregame show, we'll have your Lakes Ace Hardware starting lineups here on the Magnitude Sports.
Odds are there's an ace right in your neighborhood. With expert advice and the right tools to make your quick fixes even quicker. Around the block, what you need in stock. With people who know their stuff. Welcome to the Home Convenience Store.
Hi, this is Mallory Stotterell
and Erica Saylor from Lakes Ace Hardware.
You can expect expert help for your next project at Lakes Ace Hardware,
right here in downtown Perham.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
KLN is home to great companies like Kenny's Candy and Tuffy's Pet Foods. Matt Nagel here. I was raised right here in Lakes Country. Our products are top-notch. Working for a successful, locally owned family business means job security, pride, and a connection to our local communities. Join us at Kenny's Candy. Experience an awesome benefit program, competitive wages, a sign-on bonus, and profit sharing. Shop local, work local. Get started at klnfamilybrands.com or call 347-0525 and ask for Matt.
Well, welcome again here to the Hive. I'm Jason Groth with Lance Rock on the Magnitude Sports Media Network as the KLN Family Brands pregame show rolls along into the Lakes Ace Hardware starting lineups. First for the visitors, the Hornets of Henning. They'll start like this, a very young squad starting at a guard is a junior, 5 foot 5 inches, I should say. Faith Fisher starting at guard, 5 feet 6 inches, junior number 2, Rebecca Frederick. Starting at a forward, a 5'8", junior number 5, Ellie Hart. Starting at a forward, a 5'9" senior number 10, Emma Severson. And starting in the garden, a 5'10 sophomore, number 22, Olivia Mizigatis. Head coach Mike Hepla. Assistant coaches Matt Thorson, BJ Fisher, and Ida Rogers Ferguson for the Henning Hornets. Yellowjackets will counter with a senior guard at 5'8, Greta Hillica. At 4 and a 5'9 sophomore, number 13, Kennedy Pilgrim. Also in a 4 and a 5'9 junior, number 14, Olivia Pilgrim. At 4 and a 5'11 sophomore, number 21, Willow Thiel. And at a guard, a 5'4" senior, number 22, Sydney Anderson. Yellowjackets head coach TJ Super, Michelle Borman assistant, and Robbie Cox. Yellowjackets last year, Lance, had some success here in the Hive. They were 6-3 overall as they posted a 12-7 mark, but the toughest thing for them is that last game was a loss in House of Breckenridge here at the Hive.
Yeah, and it was one of those years, I think, it was a weird year anyways, Jason, but I think you could even talk to the girls who played last year. It was just a hard year to get in rhythm for them. And some nights they came out and you would think, man, they're going to compete for a section championship. And the next night wasn't so great for them. So I think that's one of the steps now that we're seeing some of these kids step back on the floor for their second, third year of playing varsity basketball. Maybe some of that consistency now. School's back in session. Keep everything in that same rhythm routine and hopefully a little bit more consistent play on the court too.
Well, and you look at last year, the Yellowjackets opened up the year with a 66-63 victory over Fergus Falls. And honestly, I think the expectations after that win skyrocketed a lot higher than I think they anticipated right away after having a win like that against Fergus Falls.
Right, and it was such an awesome game. I remember you and I calling that game and looking at each other going, wow, this game was just impressive. And it wasn't just the Yellowjackets. Fergus Falls played really well that night too. So, those are the type of things that the program builds off. Coach Super built off that. And I know they were really disappointed after losing that first round game. But I like what was put out there about one loss isn't going to define the program. It isn't going to define our season. And they really did accomplish a lot of things last year. And, it's one of those years you build on, or hopefully build on, and we'll find that out real shortly if they did.
And last year in that game against Fergus Falls, Maya Morris hit the game-winning three-pointer. Unfortunate for the Yellowjackets during summer hoop, she suffered an injury. Potentially hope to have her back. The hope is in January that she'll be able to come back is kind of the hopes. They're taking their time but making sure she's able to be healthy when she comes back. And Lauren Rustad, another player who saw valuable minutes earlier during the JV season, really came on strong as that season wore on. She's out early due to an early injury, and hopefully she'll be back as well. So the Yellowjackets want a little bit of different look. Again, it's night one of a long season.
Right, and the old saying goes, Jason, championships weren't won on opening night. So this is a good time to get a lot of girls some playing time, and then hopefully if Maya can come back, Lauren comes back healthy, now that depth is even, you can get a bigger rotation going and maybe do some of the things that Coach Super wants to do.
And an exciting contest here at the Hive between the Yellowjackets and the Hornets, and Heart of the Lakes Conference against the Park Region Conference. Always a fun battle when these teams get together, especially to start off the season here. As we're back more to normal, one thing you'll notice, players aren't masked up, the refs aren't masked up, and it just seems like it's back to basketball the way it should be.
And the benches, both sides are pushed open. The girls aren't sitting 6 feet apart in this weird kind of, the coach is trying to find and give some direction. So it's nice to see the gym back the way it was probably meant to be used.
We'll take a quick timeout as the KLN Family Brands pregame show rolls on here on the Magnitude Sports.
When everything is in one place, it's easier to stay focused on your own life. At Central Minnesota Credit Union, we've streamlined our financial tools to ensure you have everything you need all under one roof. Whether you're starting a family, starting a business, or buying a home, CMCU is here to be a trusted financial partner. CMCU offers free checking options and a network of financial experts. Because when everything is in one place, it's easier to stay focused on your own life.
They say $1 doesn't go far these days, but in my classroom, it does. Especially when I can use it to buy technology to keep my students on the cutting edge of learning.
Arvig donates money to my school through a school partnership program.
$1 of your payment goes to area schools like mine for computers, tablets, smart technology,
it doesn't cost me anything extra to provide a better,
brighter,
more connected classroom.
You didn't like the call? Please remember the officials on the court and the field have the best view of the action as it happens. More officials are needed. People like you. Stay connected to the game you love. Contact the NDHSAA, MSHSL, or your local high school to find out how to become an official. This message courtesy of Magnitude Sports.
And welcome back here as the KLN Family Brands pregame show rolls on. As PA announcer Arlie Ohm introduces the Hornets and the Yellowjackets. Again, our pregame show brought to you by KLN Family Brands. Our starting lineups, again, brought to you by Lakes Ace Hardware. The Hornets will go Faith Fisher, Rebecca Frederick, Allie Hart, Emma Severson, and Olivia Mizigatis. Yellowjackets counter with Hillica, Kennedy Pilgrim, Olivia Pilgrim, Willow Thiel, and Sydney Anderson. Interesting matchups to see how these teams match up height-wise. It looks like a little bit of an edge to Henning on the height. It'll be interesting to see if they try to take advantage inside, but the Yellowjackets have a formidable post in Willow Thiel.
Yeah, this is going to be those opening nights, even for us, Jason, trying to find some information on both teams. It wasn't as easy as it's going to be later down on the road. So both of these teams have no film, no tape to go on except for last year's, and you don't know what if there's offensive change, defensive changes for either team. So I kind of predict the beginning of the game to be maybe a little rocky as they try to figure out what each other team is going to do.
Both these teams did see each other in the early preseason scrimmages. Henning hosted a unique little scrimmage fest. Perham and Henning were there amongst other teams, so they got a chance to work on some things against people in different jerseys, which coaches like to do. And now they had a chance to go for real against each other.
Yeah, the scrimmage is kind of a unique part to the basketball, and it's one of those that like the opportunity when they're not keeping score and you just play the game. And I think you learn a lot about a lot of your athletes, and you try to bring that into play as you're looking at your starting lineup and who's coming off the bench and who's ready to go when you need them.
As the introductions continue to take place.
As we go into the night, Jason, just a couple keys I think for the Yellowjackets are going to be take care of the basketball. With the loss of Mickelson and Katie Johnson, who's going to step into that role of point guard? So I'm looking at can they get themselves into their offense? Are they ready to roll that way? And who's stepping up into that scoring role? I think when they really needed a bucket last year, Katie Johnson comes to mind that she was ready to do that. So, and if you're the Henning Hornets, replacing all that scoring. So there's a lot of keys to this game as we're getting ready for the Arvig opening tip. And here we go, Jason.
Willow Thiel gets tipped, and it goes over to Pilgrim in the backcourt. Now Greta Hillica looks inside Thiel. Thiel back down into Henry, comes back up top. They swing it around. Anderson for three. No good. Rebound fought for inside and grabbed there by Miziganis, and the Hornets will come back the other way. Near side, looking to drive there. Hart throws up the shot, no good. Rebound to Hillica. And here come the Yellowjackets with it. Pass near side, Olivia Pilgrim, now to Kennedy Pilgrim, looking inside. Thiel against the defender to the hoop strong. Layup is good for two, and the Yellowjackets get the first 2 points of the year.
And one of the things that I think came out of last year, as weird as the year was the Yellowjackets were better playing inside out, and getting Thiel the ball early kind of shows that they're picking right up where they left off last year.
Hart inside now, Miziganis into the lane, backing down. Thiel picks up her dribble, brings it back up top. Goes back right side, Miziganis looking for the cutter, that's Fisher, and she's bumped. No. And it is a foul. Foul will be on the Yellowjackets. That's Greta Hilka, her first.
That's another thing we bring into play a lot, foul trouble. You know, how deep are these benches right now, and what's going to happen if you get into foul trouble?
Turnover there, and the Yellowjackets come away with it. Hillica right side, Kennedy Pilgrim with the head fake inside, now Thiel. Thiel looking to back down the defender, gives it to Hillica over the right side, Pilgrim. Olivia Pilgrim driving against Rebecca Frederick, runs into trouble, they converge to the Hornets. But she gets it safely to Kennedy Pilgrim. Cross-court pass for Anderson. She launches for three, no good off the iron. And Rebecca Frederick rises up for the rebound for the Hornets. Driving through, going coast to coast. Frederick, right hand, no good. Kennedy Pilgrim there for the board. Pilgrim near side. Launches for three. Short is the three-pointer by Olivia Pilgrim, and Faith Fisher with the board. Fisher with speed. Right there for Frederick. Cross-court near side. It goes for Hart. Hart in the lane. The right-hand floater off the glass. Too strong.
Nice dribble drive there by Hart. And you know, the Yellowjackets are going to want to cut that off. Otherwise, it's going to be a lot of open shots.
Scoop there by Kennedy Pilgrim. No good. Rebound extended for Mizigatis. On your United Community Bank scoreboard, the Yellowjackets lead 2-0. Pass cross-court here for Hart. Now Fisher looking left side. Hart looking to go inside. Cut off there by Thiel. Now Mizigatis drives. The floater, no good off to the right. Rebound blocked away by Thiel. And now Hillica. The Yellowjackets have numbers, but they're going to slow it down here at half court. And Olivia Pilgrim launches for three. It's good. And Olivia Pilgrim extends the Yellowjacket lead.
And that's a big shot for the Yellowjackets. Hit that three after missing a few, as we got a little bump on the dribble drive by Hart there. But that first shot outside going in is always a big one, Jason.
And that foul is going to be on Kennedy Pilgrim. Her first, team second. As inbound Fisher. Fisher looks to drive. Comes back. Miziganis right side. Frederick. Frederick gets the screen. Now comes near side. The Yellowjackets doing a nice job defensively right now. Not really giving Henning much to work with as Miziganis drives. Spins the floater. No, she does get it to roll. And Olivia Miziganis with the first points of the game for the Hornets.
And one of the things that's interesting is it seems like there's a lot of hand usage on defense. Whether the officials let that go for the rest of the game or they start to tighten that up as the girls get into rhythm here.
I'd like to thank Arvig for the sponsorship of the tip-off. Nice pass inside. Hillica drives, can't get it to drop. Some contact, but unable to get it to go. And Frederick will come back for the Hornets. Near side, Fisher, quick pass here, left side. Jumper from Hart, too strong. Thiel taps the rebound around, but it's grabbed there by Severson. Henning will restart. Pass near side, now corralled by Hart. Miziganis looking for space against Kennedy Pilgrim. Gets a screen in the lane, but the Yellowjackets read that well. Fisher backs into the lane, floats up the left hand. It's good.
And you definitely see the Hornets, Jason, their approach is they're going to try to dribble drive off that zone or man and get into that 5 to 10 foot spot.
Thiel too short on the layup attempt, and Henning gets the board. One shot out for the Yellowjackets early going. Fisher, the three, no good. Couldn't get the drop on the look by Fisher, straight on for three.
And I think both teams are getting the looks they want. They're getting open shots. They're just not falling right now.
Kennedy Pilgrim misses that three, and Allie Hart is there for the loose ball for the Hornets. Now the Hornets taking a look at the zone, find Fisher cutting. She dishes back out. They swing it around. Miziganis near side, read perfectly by Hillica. Hillica, left hand layup, good.
Nice anticipation there by Hillica with the steal and then being able to finish. And I would imagine that feels really good for her right now, coming back and getting that first bucket.
Driving to the hoops, strong. Fisher, no good. The Yellowjackets lead 7-4 on the United Community Bank scoreboard. Comes near side, Cindy Anderson for Hillica with the head fake. Now comes back up top for Kennedy Pilgrim. Now Olivia Pilgrim will fire the three, in and out, no good. Thiel there for the putback. Short, and there for the rebound, Emma Severson for the Hornets. About 12:35 to go here. The Yellowjackets leading, and they're only going 7-4. Cross-court pass, far side there. Frederick will look to drive, gets cut off. Comes back to Fisher. Fisher, a quick jumper short. And now they battle for the rebound, and it's going to be a held ball.
And one of the things when you're kind of struggling on offense and both teams are kind of just not struggling so much on offense, but just getting a shot to go, is you'd like to run some sort of set. And with the zone the Jackets have been playing, they haven't been able to run a set, so this might be the opportunity for Henning, and as they turn the ball over, but to actually run a set.
Lily Fracke and Olivia Rosenthal have checked in for their respective teams. Yellowjackets will inbound here. Hillica gets it from Anderson, back to Anderson. We're back to live action here on the United Community Bank scoreboard. The Yellowjackets lead by 3. No team has been able to go to the EOT Insurance free throw line here in the Arrow Lagoon. Caitlin Bartson is in the game as well. That pass goes off her hands and out of bounds. Faith Fisher will bring the ball up court for the Hornets. And the war of the Wasps here tonight as Becca Frederick looks for the shot. Now it comes near side. There's Fracke inside. Now Miziganis turns, drives, gets the defender out the feet, and a nice move, and Miziganis up and in for 2.
And that was a nice adjustment there by Henning, getting Miziganis to that high post look, and all she did was a little head fake into the bucket.
Anderson's shot, no good. Bartson in for the offensive rebound. Kick out, Pilgrim. Pilgrim looks to drive, now kicks back for Anderson. Now it goes over to Rosenthal. Rosenthal near side for Hillica. For 3 on its way. It's good. Greta Hillica hits the 3, and we got a timeout. Timeout called by the Hornets. And we'll take a quick break right here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
Odds are there's an ace right in your neighborhood. With expert advice and the right tools to make your quick fixes even quicker. Around the block, what you need in stock. With people who know their stuff. Welcome to the Home Convenience Store.
Hi, this is Mallory Stotterell.
And Erica Saylor from Lakes Ace Hardware.
You can expect expert help for your next project at Lakes Ace Hardware.
Right here in downtown Perham.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Well, welcome back here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. Yellowjackets in a nice little battle right now with the Henning Hornets leading 10-6 on the United Community Bank scoreboard. Is now with it there. Miziganis into the lane, gets cut off. Now goes around here on the near side. Fracke with it. Fracke, excuse me. Apologize on that one. He's swinging around.
It's early for us too, Jason. So.
I look inside. That was Natalie Eckhoff. Now a shot from the left side. Three-pointer, too strong. Bartson the rebound. Allie Hart on the miss. And Bartson making her presence felt early inside for the Yellowjackets.
I think Henning's pretty, quick shot here. Hillica again for 3.
And she is starting to heat up as she gets that one to drop.
I was just about to say, I think Henning was probably feeling better about that offensive set. More girls moving, getting some rotation going, and then a quick shot here, but a quick rebound.
Fisher on the putback attempt, too strong. Hillica gets the board. Comes near side. There, Rosenthal looks to drive in the lane, kicks it for Bartson. Bartson shot blocked away inside. She fights and gets the loose ball, looks for Hillica cutting. Hillica with the right hand, good.
Nice job by Bartson there, just keeping that play alive and using some hustle and finding the open player.
Near side with it, Eckhoff. Ball stolen away, Anderson. Goes past her now on the floor looking for help. Held ball is going to be the call. Alternating possession gives it back to Henning, but nice defensive pressure there by Anderson and the Yellowjackets.
A lot of substitutions, Jason, I think trying to find, get your win, up and down. The nerves kind of come into play a little bit in this opening minutes here. And I think look for Henning to kind of keep trying to drive, get Fisher into the lane, and then go from there.
Fisher gets met right away by Kennedy Pilgrim. Now gets it there for Fracke. Now near side is swinging around Olivia Gunderson. Now right for Frederick, back near side. Fisher again, they converged on her. Lily Ockery just came in, almost got a steal right away. Now looking for the three, shooting the threes, Olivia Gunderson.
that's a big bucket if you're a Hornet fan. They needed that one to kind of stem the tide.
Inside Thiel. Now finds Ockery. Kick over Anderson for three. Good. Sydney Anderson hits the three.
Great shot by Sydney, but really nice look by Ockery there to kind of dribble in, get that defense drawn to her, and then the kick.
Cracky drives. Kickoff for Frederick. Frederick cut off there by Kennedy Pilgrim. Now drives, buzz Fisher. Bounce pass near side. Comes Gunderson. Gunderson in the lane, runs into trouble, and there's a foul. Foul's on the Yellowjackets. That's on Olivia Pilgrim. It's going to be her first. Team's third. Fisher, the left-hand jumper short. Henning just short right now in the early shots. Yellowjackets trying to outlet, but there was Frederick. Couldn't get it to Anderson.
Right idea, just not quite enough oomph on that one.
And Willow Field denies Frederick on the drive with a nice block there. Now cross court it goes. Olivia Pilgrim for three. It's good. Great defense leading to better offense. And the Yellowjackets lead 21-9 on the United Community Bank scoreboard. Gunderson, the answer, no good. And here's Kennedy Pilgrim with it. Gives it to Olivia Pilgrim. She looks to drive and travels. And steps out of bounds. Either or.
It was going to be one or the other. Yep. And the thing is, Jason, I look up at the score and I was kind of watching the game and you get caught up and all of a sudden that's a quick 12-point lead here for the Yellowjackets. In three-point shooting, you can love it or hate it, but when you're on a roll and it's going and the shooting's good, it can really stretch that lead in a hurry.
We'll definitely keep our eye on that because that could be the Central Minnesota Credit Union moment of the game. We'll remember that, and we'll have that for you in our postgame show, as that's almost stolen away, but now coming down with it is Eckhoff up top. The Hornets go near side Frederick. Now as it's back in the backcourt, Frederick, as Yellowjackets putting pressure on defensively. Ockery now converges here, pass near side. Saved there by Fracky. Now into the corner, but a timeout. A timeout called by the Henning Hornets. We'll keep it right here during this one, but Lance right now, the Yellowjackets, I've been impressed with their play defensively, limiting this Hornet squad to just 9 points so far.
Right, they're really pressuring up top, and what they're doing with that, Jason, is they're really trying to stretch out Henning and make them start their offense almost back by the E or the R of Perham at midcourt. And when you're starting your offense that far away, it takes almost 2 or 3 passes to get into the offense and then to get a good shot. If you're Henning, I think what we're going to end up seeing is they got to try to get somebody at that top of the key type area and hit that and then try to dribble drive from there and maybe catch where you're on a 3-on-2 type situation. That's how I would probably attack it. It'll be interesting to see what Henning does here. If you're the Yellowjackets, I think you don't change what you're doing. Right now, they kind of got Henning in a little bit of a tailspin here with that aggressive defense. So you just keep going until the old saying, don't fix something that isn't broke. So
the Yellowjackets lead 21-9 on the United Community Bank scoreboard. Be Henning ball out of the timeout. Want to make sure to stay tuned for the KLN Family Brands halftime show. And then following the conclusion of the second half, the Stein Seed postgame show. We'll have your United Community Bank player of the game as well as the Central Minnesota Credit Union moment of the game. That's all coming up in our postgame show here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. Now looking to drive, Hart kick out near side. Three-pointer on its way for Frankie, no good. And the rebound is grabbed on the long far side by Frankie. Gets grabbed and battled there by Anderson. She taps it out of bounds. With 7:12 to go on the United Community Bank scoreboard, Yellowjackets lead 21-9. Frederick back in the court. Fisher's been off for a little bit. They're trying to give her a breather and let her get in a start. She's kind of struggled a little bit from the field with her shot, but get her going. Frankie, quick jumper, good.
And the Yellowjackets switched up to a man-to-man there and got out of their zone. And it sure seemed like Henning felt more comfortable right away. So we'll see if Coach Super goes back to that zone.
Thiel inside, turnaround jumper, good. What I like from that play from the sophomore, you might have saw it on the screen. She called for the ball right away. Hillica got the open spot for her, and she did a nice job backing down the defender.
And the other thing was patience. She didn't go up right away. She kind of hesitated, let the defense go by her, and took what they gave her.
Pull-up jumper too strong from Hart. Yellow Jackets on the board. Anderson, right side. Kennedy Pilgrim looking to drive the lane. She loses control of the basketball and goes out of bounds. Big turnover there. Now Faith Fisher right back in the game for the Hornets. As the Yellow Jackets lead 23-20. Or 23-11, excuse me.
And it looks like they're going back into that trapping type zone. And here we go.
Ball will stay with the Hornets. Goes out right in front of us.
Coach Hippola making some adjustments on the fly here, telling his girls kind of where they want to be and how they're going to attack that trap.
Frederick to Hart, back to Frederick. Now Fisher on the left side, turn around Miziganis. Shot no good. The Yellow Jackets will give her that until she can make it. Proves that she can make it. A nice shot, just can't get the drop right now.
And that's definitely the spot that's going to be open in that zone that we talked about, Jason. So we'll see how they go. Here goes Fisher on the steal.
Fisher steals, but ends up turning it over. She had a line to the hoop, but got cut off. And then the player breaking didn't have the best angle, and the pass gets thrown out of bounds.
One of those, maybe you'd like Fisher to pull up about free throw line or so and take that left-handed shot that she's so good at.
That's the beginning of the year first game stuff that coaches will be circling on the film when film session comes over the weekend.
Exactly.
Hillica for three, good for the Yellow Jackets. Greta Hillica with a strong first half with 13 to lead the Yellow Jackets. Now Hart with it. Looks to drive, kick out near side. Frederick in the lane, gets it poked away. Hillica picks up the loose ball, it's up to Anderson. Anderson stops, kicks out Pilgrim. Back up top, Ockery. Swinging over Hillica, she's feeling it. She fires for three, no good. Fisher there for the rebound. Good look, and I like the extra pass from the Yellow Jackets.
Great rotation of the basketball. That's it. That's all you can ask for if you're Coach Super. You got the best look possible.
Inside, Miziganis, turnaround jumper, no good. Olivia Pilgrim there for the rebound. Inside, layup good for Willow Thiel and the Yellow Jackets. Thiel starting to make her presence felt inside. She's got 6, and the Yellow Jackets by 17.
Well, and definitely when Hillica gets hot, it's going to draw that defense out, and then it's going to be even more openings for Willow to kind of work her move and what she does down low in the paint.
Swinging over Fisher. She's going to step into a three. It's no good. Olivia Pilgrim there for the rebound. Yellow Jackets have done a nice job on the boards. It's been one shot and out for Henning so far. Ockery swinging over. Anderson for three. In and out, no good. Rebound and a foul. Foul is going to be on Greta Hillica, her second.
And that might be the only thing that can slow her down right now, Jason, is foul trouble. But I really like Ockery's position on the basketball floor right now. You're not going to probably see it in the stat book so much, but I think that's her third quick rotation of the basketball, which has led to a wide open shot for the Yellow Jackets.
They swing it over. Frederick near side. Fisher inside. Miziganis the jumper. She gets it to go that time for 2. She's got 6 to lead all Hornets.
And that shot right there, Jason's going to have to, the Yellow Jackets are going to have to make a decision. Are they giving up that free throw line, or are they going to slide back a little bit and then give their guards a little more freedom?
Stolen away by Frederick. She read that pass perfectly. Goes to the hoop strong, no good. Fisher, the putback, is good for 2. Fisher's got 4 as the Hornets have cut it to 28-15 on the United Community Bank scoreboard.
Fisher can get from one end of the gym to the other pretty quickly, Jason.
Another turnover there on the Yellow Jackets. As the Hornets doing a nice job of reading the passing lanes there. And we got a stoppage on the floor. We got a timeout. We'll take a quick break. On the United Community Bank scoreboard, Yellow Jackets lead 28-13.
Hi, I'm Trevor Seaman with United Community Bank, and today we're down at the Gathering Grounds, joined with Ashley Clifton.
Hello.
Ashley, how are you?
I'm doing great, thank you.
What's the best part for you about working with United Community Bank?
Besides just that they believed in me and kind of took a chance on me and helped me get it all together, I think what's more is that they really do support the community. They come in the store all the time. They don't just give us business, but they, encourage our business, buy gift cards in the winter when we're slower to give to other, locals and businesses. So it's just really inspirational for me.
Well, welcome back here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. 28-15 on the United Community Bank scoreboard. Yellowjackets by 13. The Hornets starting to try to work their way back into this one a little bit here in this first half. As they bring it up court, it comes near side. Fisher off the dribble, drives left hand too strong. Rebound tapped around out of bounds. Last touched by the Hornets, and it'll go to the Yellowjackets.
And a good chess match going back and forth between these two coaches right now. That time the Yellowjackets extended their guards, brought Willow up underneath. Look for a back cut off the wing now by the Hornets, and we'll see how the Yellowjackets adjust.
And now the Hornets giving a different look defensively as Rosenthal drives, fires up a shot, it's good. Olivia Rosenthal with her first points of the year, and she gets the Yellowjackets up by 17 on the UCB scoreboard.
Really nice take there by Rosenthal.
Fisher with it, they swing around near side. Hart back up top, it goes for Frederick. Frederick with it. Bounce pass inside Miziganis, looking down low. Fisher was cutting, but wasn't there on the pass. The Yellowjackets close well. Hart into the lane, loses control, but now it's regrouped by Frederick and the Hornets. Frederick gets it batted away, but now corrals it, and she's looking for help. Rosenthal doing a nice job on her. Now Frederick for Miziganis from the right side, good for two. Miziganis has 8 points to lead the Hornets.
She's got a really nice smooth shot from like that 15 feet in, which is kind of a shot that's gone away in a lot of offenses, but it's fun to see when it looks that smooth and that nice.
Near side the pass goes. Kennedy Pilgrim back to Anderson, looking inside, cut off nicely there by the Hornets. Now they go in the field. Field with the layup, no good. Rebound tapped around, Fisher battling, but Rosenthal comes down with it and gets it back almost after turning over as Frederick is being a pest. And now we got a foul. Nice job by Frederick, but the foul is going to come on Allie Hart.
And I don't know if this is a good thing or not a good thing, Jason, but that's the first foul on Henning in the whole half, and we have 1:32 to go.
And neither team has been able to get to the EOT Insurance free throw line here in this early going. Anderson spins, loses control of the basketball, and Miziganis gets the loose ball. Now with it, and a three on its way, no good. Three attempt there from Frankie goes out of bounds. It'll go to the Yellowjackets. The Yellowjackets will bring it up court, leading by 13 on the United Community Bank scoreboard. Anderson to Rosenthal. Rosenthal looking inside. That's cut off. They're doing a nice job, but now they force it inside. Fisher converges, but Thiel gets the kick out. Pilgrim in the lane. The floater, no good. Pilgrim the rebound. Gets it out. Rosenthal, baseline jumper from her is no good. And now here comes back the Hornets the other way. Frederick with it. Looks to drive. Floater in the lane, no good. Grab Thiel. Outlet up to Anderson. Anderson, the layup for two. Sydney Anderson extends the Yellowjacket lead as they lead 32-17 with under 30 seconds to go in our opening half. Frederick inside Miziganis. Kick out right side. A three coming from Hart, no good off the iron. Rebound grab, Miziganis in the lane. Scoop shot, no good. Rosenthal the rebound. Anderson back. And here the countdown. Pilgrim up top for Anderson. Back over Kennedy. Pilgrim with 1 second bounce pass. Steal before the buzzer. It's good. And Willow Thiel extends the Yellowjacket lead to 34-17 on the United Community Bank scoreboard. And a great first half for the Yellowjackets. We'll take a break and we'll wrap things up on this first half on the KLN Family Brands halftime show right after this short timeout here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
KLN is home to great companies like Kenny's Candy and Tuffy's Pet Foods. Matt Nagel here. I was raised right here in Lakes Country. Our products are top-notch. Working for a successful, locally owned family business means job security, pride, and a connection to our local communities. Join us at Kenny's Candy. Experience an awesome benefit program, competitive wages, a sign-on bonus, and profit sharing. Shop local, work local. Get started at klnfamilybrands.com or call 347-0525 and ask for Matt.
Odds are there's an ace right in your neighborhood. With expert advice and the right tools to make your quick fixes even quicker. Around the block, what you need in stock. With people who know their stuff. Welcome to the Home Convenience Store.
Hi, this is Mallory Stotterell.
And Erica Saylor from Lakes Ace Hardware.
You can expect expert help for your next project at Lakes Ace Hardware.
Right here in downtown Perham.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
There's no question that yield is at the core of everything we do at Stein. It's why we are here today, and it's what will continue to propel us and our growers into the future of agriculture. Stein Enlist E3 soybeans provide a significant dollar per acre yield benefit, plus access to the best weed control in the industry. That is yield plus results. Yield expected, yield delivered. Stein Enlist E3 soybeans have yield.
When everything is in one place, it's easier to stay focused on your own life. At Central Minnesota Credit Union, we've streamlined our financial tools to ensure you have everything you need all under one roof. Whether you're starting a family, starting a business, or buying a home, CMCU is here to be a trusted financial partner. CMCU offers free checking options and a network of financial experts. Because when everything is in one place, it's easier to stay focused on your own life.
Well, welcome back here at the half. The Yellowjackets lead this one 34-17. We thank you for tuning in on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. Jason Groves with Lance Rock, and just a perfect first half for the Yellowjackets. They came out aggressive, really set the tone on defense today. And I thought that defense did a nice job of turning good defense into good offense.
Right, and that you kind of took the words right out of my mouth. I was going to say, Jason, that sometimes your best offense is your defense, and it's definitely that high pressure on the point guards of Henning that's really causing them troubles right now. And I saw Coach Heppola make a few adjustments, kind of bringing Misagatis up to that high post type area. They definitely have something working there. She has 8 points to lead and pace Henning right now. So I look for them to continue to go to her and then look for some back cuts with Fisher and try to use her speed. Right now it seems like she's having a little bit of trouble getting her own shot off the dribble, so sometimes it's easier to get it when you get that back cut going. That's what I think Henning will be looking for. They're doing a lot of right things. They had a lot of good shots, just not falling for them. And for the Yellowjackets, just continue to pressure until they break it. I like that Coach Super changed from that high pressure zone to a man-to-man defense a couple times. It just throws that wrinkle of what's coming next. And so I'm sure both sides right now are drawing up some things, but when you double up a team at half in the opening game, a lot of things are going right for the Yellowjackets.
We'd like to thank our sponsors once again: EOT Insurance, KLN Family Brands, United Community Bank, Lakes Ace Hardware, Arvig, Perham High School, Central Minnesota Credit Union, and Stein Seed. You're watching the KLN Family Brands halftime show. The Yellowjackets lead 34-17. We'll take a quick break and get you set up for the second half. We'll have our scoring totals and keys for the second half for both teams coming up here on the KLN Family Brands Halftime Show on the main.
KLN is home to great companies like Kenny's Candy and Tuffy's Pet Foods. Matt Nagel here. I was raised right here in Lakes Country. Our products are top-notch. Working for a successful, locally owned family business means job security, pride, and a connection to our local communities. Join us at Kenny's Candy. Experience an awesome benefit program, competitive wages, a sign-on bonus, and profit sharing. Shop local, work local. Get started at klnfamilybrands.com or call 347-0525 and ask for Matt.
Odds are there's an ace right in your neighborhood. With expert advice and the right tools to make your quick fixes even quicker. Around the block, what you need in stock. With people who know their stuff. Welcome to the Home Convenience Store.
Hi, this is Mallory Stotterell.
And Erica Saylor from Lakes Ace Hardware.
You can expect expert help for your next project at Lakes Ace Hardware.
Right here in downtown Perham.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Well, welcome back here as the halftime show rolls along. The KLN Family Brands Halftime Show. I'm Jason Groth with Lance Rock as we get ready to go for the second half. But first, we'll look at our scoring from that first half. Greta Hillican led all scoring for the Yellowjackets with 13 points. She was able to hit 3 from beyond the arc in that first half. Little Thiel has 8 points inside, 6 points on the board for Olivia Pilgrim, 5 for Cindy Anderson, and 2 for Olivia Rosenthal. Not much scoring on the Henning side, but it's been Olivia Miziganis with 8 points, 4 on the board for Faith Fisher, 3 for Olivia Gunderson, and 2 for Lily Franke as the Yellowjackets lead 34-17. Lance, we talked about a little bit out the break. You look ready for the second half. What do you think might be some keys first for the home team, the Yellowjackets?
I think, again, we probably hit this way too many times already, Jason, but continuing to make that defense their offense and continue to pressure. Now, you've got to know that there's going to be something coming from Henning, so how they adjust to that in the second half, I think, is going to be a key. Second thing is I thought they shot the ball really well in the first half. Are they going to continue to shoot it at that pace? Those are the two keys for me. Can you defensively match the adjustments that Henning's going to make? And can you keep shooting at the pace that you've been shooting at in the first half?
And now the counter action goes to the Henning sidelines. I think first thing, it's going to be kind of shore up a little bit on defense, do a better job on the boards.
Yeah, and I think they were trying to find their way into defense. It looked like they ran like 3 different sets on defense. One of the things that I think is a key is we know Missigatis can shoot from the inside, and we know that Fisher is really fast, and that when she gets to the basket, she can make buckets. Who's going to be that next scorer? I think you have to have 3 scorers. You know, you look at the Yellowjackets, they probably have 3, 4, 5 ladies who've scored already tonight. There's going to have to be multiple. Fisher's going to have to get the ball to find the bottom of the net tonight for Henning to be able to claw back into this one. And then who's going to be that next scorer? I'm kind of looking at maybe like Hart. Hart's been doing a great job. The ball just hasn't gone in the basket for her. So there's some keys that we can look at, and you know that both coaches are really solid coaches and have had good winning successful programs. So it's going to be fun to see the adjustments in the second half.
A quick update just down the road on our sister station as well. DGF trailing Walker Hackensack Akeley 40-35. 9 minutes ago in the second half of that one. We'll try to get you a final if this one, I'm guessing that one's going to go final before this one, but we'll try to get you updates on that one in a final on that one as the night rolls on. Some other games of interest. Pequot Lakes leads Pine River Bacchus 31-29. That's at the end of the first half as well. Ozankis just on the road is all over Painesville 32-14 after a half of play. We thank you for tuning in for the KLN Family Brands halftime show. We're getting ready to go for the starts of the second half here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network, and we'll start things off.
It's going to be an exciting half, and it's just a good thing, Jason. To it's always fun. One of my favorite parts to high school athletics, and really, I guess any athletics, is what adjustments do you make? Obviously, this did not go the way Henning probably had planned, and maybe even a little better than Coach Super had planned. So what adjustments are going to be made, and can you follow through with those, and what's going to happen? So stay tuned here and watch the rest of this game with us and enjoy the excitement.
Start of the second half will be brought to you by Arvig. As getting ready to inbound the basketball for the Yellowjackets is Olivia Pilgrim. She gets it in to Sydney Anderson for the start of the second half, presented by Arvig. And here we go with the Yellowjackets with the basketball, passing around near side. It goes to Kennedy Pilgrim. Pilgrim bounce pass down low for Olivia Pilgrim. Back outside for Kennedy. Kennedy Pilgrim for three, no good. Rebound converge off the leg of Hillica, and it goes out of bounds.
And Henning came out in the zone, and a couple things that are tough to do is it's tough to cover everybody in the zone. So me being someone who like to shoot outside, the shots are open. The second thing is it's tough to rebound. So look for Thiel to kind of make her way through this second half if they stay in the zone.
Right side it goes, Pilgrim. Near side it goes Hillica. Back over, Pilgrim looking to drive. Bounce pass right side. Olivia Pilgrim drives, kick out inside for Thiel. The jumper is good off the glass. Willow Thiel with the first points in the second half. She has 10.
Really nice job by Pilgrim, though, driving that baseline and then finding Thiel wide open in the middle there, and nice to see the bank board being used.
Fisher, jumper from the free throw line, good for the Hornets.
And if you're Coach Heppela, that has to make you smile. That wasn't going in there. That offense leads to good defense here.
Fisher drives, draws the foul. And Fisher will be the first one to reach the EOT Insurance free throw line. Faith Fisher to shoot two.
That's two fouls on Kennedy Pilgrim as well, so her and Hillica both with two now. Something to just watch for here in the second half.
Free throw good for Fisher. As she delivers just like EOT Insurance from the free throw line. That one's no good. And now comes near side. Three-pointer from Olivia Pilgrim from the corner, in and out. No good, doesn't roll. Put back for Thiel's good.
And Pilgrim's shot, I think, touched every part of the rim, Jason, and just didn't go down.
Fisher answers. Her three is no good, though, and it goes out of bounds. And it'll go to the Yellowjackets. As the Yellowjackets will inbound the basketball, leading 38-20 on the United Community Bank scoreboard. Goes all the way around Kennedy Pilgrim. Right side for Olivia. Up top, here it goes. They swing it over left side. A three-pointer for Anderson. And that's good for Sydney Anderson. She has 8. And the Yellowjackets lead 41-20. And it's stolen away. Kennedy Pilgrim up ahead for Anderson. Anderson goes to the right side. Gets a dribble off the glass, and it's good for 2. And it's time on the floor called by the Hornets. And a nice start to the second half for the Yellowjackets. They lead 43-20. We'll take a quick timeout here on the main.
Hi, I'm Trevor Seaman with United Community Bank, and today we're down at the Gathering Grounds, joined with Ashley Clifton.
Hello.
Ashley, how are you?
I'm doing great, thank you.
What's the best part for you about working with United Community Bank?
Besides just that they believed in me and kind of took a chance on me and helped me get it all together, I think what's more is that they really do support the community. They come in the store all the time. They don't just give us business, but they, encourage our business, buy gift cards in the winter when we're slower to give to other, locals and businesses, so it's just really inspirational for me.
Well, welcome back here. The Yellowjackets lead this one 43-20 on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. I'm Jason Groth with Lance Rock, and a strong start to the second half for the Yellowjackets. All the time out, the Hornets with the basketball. They bring it up court. They swing it over inside, and now a foul. Fouls in beyond Thiel. A little too much contact inside. That'll be her first. Emma Severson comes in. As the Yellowjackets lead 43-20. A great start so far to the new season for the Yellowjackets. Doing a nice job defensively. Fisher, no room to work. Now hands it off. Hart looks to drive in the lane. Comes back near side. Fisher with a pass in the lane. Comes back right side. Looking to drive. There's Gunderson. Gets cut off. And it's stolen away by Anderson. Thiel outlets it out for Kennedy Pilgrim. Looks to drive. Just Pilgrim fires up a shot. No good, and she's fouled. And Kennedy Pilgrim will be the first Yellow Jacket to go to the EOT Insurance free throw line.
And one of the things that we talked about being the key, the Yellow Jackets came out just as aggressive as they were in the first half, and they're not shy when it comes to taking shots, and that's a good thing.
Free throw good for Kennedy Pilgrim, her first points of the night. Allie Hart's the only one with fouls for Henning. She has 2. That free throw's good as well for Kennedy Pilgrim. The Hornets bring the ball up court. Into the lane. Shot blocked away by Thiel. I believe that's her second big block. Now she'll bring it up court and slow things down. Hand it off right side. Olivia Pilgrim. Kennedy Pilgrim through her hands, but she's able to corral it. Bounce pass inside. Thiel off the dribble in for 2. Willow Thiel starting to put a case together for the United Community Bank Player of the Game. We'll have that in our postgame show brought to you by KLN Family Brands. So goes near side. Over here, Gunderson. Pass stolen away, Anderson. And a nice play again. We talked about it, and there's going to be a double dribble on Sydney Anderson.
Everybody just kind of ran by her, and she had already used up her dribble and was a little off balance and really didn't have a chance. It'll be interesting to see if the Henning if Henning stays in that zone, Jason. It really seems like the Yellow Jackets kind of are having their way right now, whether they want the three-pointer or getting Thiel open on the inside. So they may have to go back to a man-to-man or try a different type of zone to see if they can stymie the Jackets just a little bit.
Gunderson hit a 3 earlier in the first half. Passes up that one there. Comes back up top. That is Miziganis now driving left hand. Fisher, which is fouled. I'll put Fisher back to the EOT Insurance free throw line. She's 1 of 2 on the night.
Foul on Kennedy Pilgrim, her 3rd.
And Fisher gets the first to drop. Lily Ockery now in for the Yellow Jackets. Second free throw, Fisher is good.
And Ockery really did some nice things for the Yellow Jackets in that first half, Jason. She kind of was instrumental in moving that ball around and finding the open player for some easy shots.
Bartson with it, but she traveled. Just lost grip on that basketball on her way to the hoop. And took a couple of extra steps as the Yellow Jackets lead 47-22 on the United Community Bank scoreboard. Been interested in sponsoring Perham basketball, please reach out to Magnitude Sports. As they look inside, jumper blocked by Bartson, and Anderson gets it. The Yellow Jackets quickly up ahead, Ockery. Hand off there for Sydney Anderson. Anderson near side, Pilgrim looking inside, not there. Will pick up her dribble and get it over to Hillico. Hillico with the head fake, now looking to drive in the lane. Dishes it over to Anderson, back to Hillico. Hillico now to Bartson. They swing around up top. And Olivia Pilgrim, they'll look for 3 off the back iron. No good. Rebound to Ockery. Pilgrim's getting some good looks tonight for the Yellow Jackets. Now Anderson with another good look. That shot no good. Rebound to the floor. They battle for it. It's tied up. No, Hillico steals it away. The will to win right there from Greta Hillico. She just stole that one away in a battle on the floor. Pilgrim with it. Back to Greta Hillico. The head fake. Near side, Bartson. Anderson looks inside, not there. Bartson with it now to Hillico. Over to Ockery. Swinging over Pilgrim, inside to Hillico. Nice move there. Back outside, Pilgrim, back to Bartson. Yellowjackets working the clock as well. As Hillico launches the three. Shot no good. Rebound grabbed by Severson. And back the other way come the Hornets.
That was a nice patient series by the Yellowjackets.
Three-pointer, too strong on the far side on the shot attempt by Etkoff. But they get the board and the put back is good there for Olivia Mizigatis. She's got 10, but the Yellowjackets lead by 23. Ockery with it. Now for Anderson. We approach the 12-minute mark of this contest. Now Hillico looking inside, does. Bartson turns around, spins, brings it up top. Anderson will fire the three. It's good. Sydney Anderson hits the three. We got a timeout on the floor. The Yellowjackets lead 50-24. We'll take a quick break here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Why would you wander around a warehouse store looking for paint when you could just swing by your neighborhood Ace? In addition to Ace's award-winning service, we have top-rated paint brands. Plus, our color matching technology allows us to match any color. So stop wandering and start painting. Head to your neighborhood Ace today.
Hi, this is Mallory Stotterell
and Erica Saylor from Lakes Ace Hardware.
You can expect expert help for your next project at Lakes Ace Hardware,
right here in downtown Perham.
Well, welcome back here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. It's been all Perham tonight. They lead 50-24. Jason Growth with Lance Rock. As the Yellowjackets, a dynamic performance. They're getting a good inside-outside game tonight. Willow Thiel with 14 on the inside, and now Sydney Anderson starting to heat up on the outside for the Yellowjackets. Hillico with 13 in the first half as well. We'll get that point total for Sydney Anderson here in just a minute. We're back to live action with the basketball inside. Mizigatis. Shot no good. Rebound grabbed by the Yellowjackets. That's Thiel.
I have Sydney with 13, Jason. So if I'm somewhat close.
Now Hillico with the head fake. Drives in the lane. Floater, no good. Rebound. Thiel. Left hand, good for Willow Thiel. My Cloquet math matches up with your Verndale math, so we're good.
Two quality schools there.
As it comes back up top. They swing it over to the far side to the Hornets with the head fake there. Frankie with it, comes back near side. Gunderson, she's going to fire the three. That's off the mark. Rebound tapped around. It's grabbed inside Frederick. Mizigatis, head fake in the lane, floats up the shot, no good. Rebound grabbed Olivia Rosenthal for the Yellowjackets. Pilgrim, Thiel to spin off the glass. And the kiss for two for Willow Thiel. The Yellowjackets lead 54-24, opening this one up. And that's thrown away on the far side. That'll be Yellowjacket basketball. Sydney Anderson back in. Greta Hillico will get a breather. Interesting to see how much time some of these players now see in the second half. Thiel with it. Nice bounce pass in the lane, but Anderson kicks it away. They go right side. Do the Hornets. Sends Mizigatis into the lane. Comes back near side. Gunderson fires the three off the back iron, too strong. Rebound grab now comes back up top. Head fake there. Frankie, they swing it around. Hart for three. Got it. Allie Hart, her first 3 points. Near side it goes. Sydney Anderson launches the three off the front iron. Rebound hauled in there by Mizigatis. And she gets called for the carry. And the turnover gives it back to the Yellowjackets. Head coach TJ Super flashing some new shoes tonight, doing a nice job. He's got to be happy with the defensive performance tonight from his squad.
Very stylish shoes. I give him an A on that selection.
As Pilgrim fires the three, it's off the iron. Rebound tapped and out of bounds.
I'm really impressed, Jason. With we've mentioned a few times, but just the hustle by the Yellowjackets. It almost at times seems like there's more than 5 girls wearing the Perham uniform on the court. They're just kind of everywhere. The ball goes up to the rim, and all of a sudden they just come out of nowhere, and it's pretty impressive right now.
On top it goes Faith Fisher, but she's fouled. It's going to be on Sydney Anderson. That'll be her first. Team's fourth. Now goes near side. Hart pressured by Rosenthal, gets it back. Now it's to Fisher. Fisher looking inside. Mizagana spins. Works to left-hand shot, no good. Thiel just swats it away, and she's going to get called for the foul.
And schedules change a lot over the years, Jason, but as I'm looking at this, Thiel a sophomore and Misagata's a sophomore. Could be a battle for a few years to come, and a good one to watch, whether it'll be at Henning or back to here in Perham.
Hornets inbound. Mizaganis drives against Thiel in the lane. Shot partially altered and no good. Thiel, I believe, got a piece of that one. Thiel with it over to Hillica. She will fire the three. Nothing but nylon for Greta Hillica. She's got 16. And the Yellowjackets lead 57 to 30. We'll get that right here in a second. As they go near side. Thiel. Hands it off. Hillica good for 2.
That was some really good teamwork there. I think Willow kind of got caught underneath the basket, and Greta realized that and came kind of to her rescue and got a nice easy shot out of it.
Thiel with the block on the shot attempt of Hart. Yellowjackets lead 59-27 on the United Community Bank scoreboard. They go inside Thiel. Thiel with the shot, good for 2.
Kind of unstoppable right now, and one of the things, if you're Henning, you don't want to let her get down to that low post, and they're just kind of letting her walk down there and set herself up there. So try to watch for Henning to push her out of the lane just a little bit.
A held ball is going to be the call. Anderson tied up there. Lily Frankie on that one, but Thiel's just been kind of on the defensive side, stopping every offense that Henning tries to run. When they get inside the lane, they just stop when they see Thiel inside.
I don't know where the official stats are, but she's got to be flirting with the triple-double here, as I know she's got at least 8-9 rebounds that I've kept and probably 5-6 blocks.
They're swinging around as Henning outside. A three-pointer, no good. Rebound, Hillica. Now Anderson. To Lily Ockery over here, Kennedy Pilgrim. Over to Hillica. She's going to fire a three. That one's too strong. Fields there for the rebound. Kick out. Anderson. 3. Good. Well, Lance, we're going to have fun trying to pick this United Community Bank player of the game as this game rolls on. The Yellowjackets lead 64-27.
I was going to just say I'll leave it up to you, Jason, but that's probably not fair.
Three-pointer from Fisher off the mark. Rebound, Frankie, the put back good for 2. Yellowjackets coming back the other way. Ankry with it. For Hillica. Now Anderson looking to drive. Bounce pass, steal, kick out Ankry. Ankry at foot on the line, the 2, no good. She fights and gets her own rebound. Nice job of following her own shot. Inside Thiel, back out Ankry. She'll fire this time for 3. She hits it. The difference was she was 2 feet back, and she hits that 3. 2 good looks. Lily Ankry gets the second one to drop.
Well, a nice job assist for Willow there, too. She's been so solid underneath the basket. Now they're doubling, and she's finding the open person. So excellent basketball by the Yellowjackets right now.
Thiel with it. Looking to drive. Scoop shot, no good. Put back, no good. She's fouled. And she will head to the EOT Insurance free throw line. As the Yellowjackets lead 67-29, the first does not drop for Thiel. Again, make sure to stay tuned to the Stein Seed postgame show, where we'll have our United Community Bank player of the game as well as our Central Minnesota Credit Union moment of the game. We have many to choose, and we'll have that for you all in our Stein Seed postgame show here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
Lots of substitutions, Jason, for the Yellowjackets going into the last 5 minutes, and we'll try to catch you up and get their names on the air too as we can.
We got a foul inside on the Yellowjackets as we hit that running time moment. That foul is on Riley Mickelson. Three-pointer, no good. Now paddle down low. Mickelson gets loose ball. Ockery in the background. I don't know if you saw it. Helped the player up. Nice sportsmanship there. A nice play there as Mickelson drives off the glass too strong. Riley Mickelson, a familiar name. If you remember, her older sister was point guard Grace Mickelson for the, let's say, the past 4 years, I believe, for the Yellowjackets.
I believe you're right, Jason.
Three-pointer, forthcoming, no good. Rebound, Ockery. You said Ockery's giving the Yellowjackets some valuable minutes here tonight.
I think it's the energy she brings, Jason. She's always kind of on the move. She's hard to guard, and she's real scrappy to go get the basketball.
Kaya Starzl in the game as well for the Yellowjackets. Some of the JVers that played a very strong game against Henning in the JV contest, won 66-38, are now getting some minutes here as the clock continues to run. Kaya Anderson now checks in for the Yellowjackets, the 8th grader making her varsity debut.
Got to be a little nervous probably there as you come on the floor, but you're so excited and ready to do this. This is what you wait for.
Gunderson into the lane, brings it back up top. They spin around. Fisher near side. Eckhoff comes over for Gunderson. Over for Fisher. Gets out the defender, floats up a shot. No good, but she's fouled. That will send Fisher to the EOT Insurance free throw line. Her third trip there tonight. She is 3 of 4 at the line. Clock continues to run. We've hit running time. Free throw on its way. It's good for Fisher. The Yellowjackets lead 68-30 on the United Community Bank scoreboard. Second free throw, no good. Rebound grabbed by Ockery and the Yellowjackets. Ockery over to Starzl. Now Anderson with it. Anderson looks for help, finds Mickelson that comes up top. Bartson inside. Short jumper, no good, doesn't fall. Fisher on the rebound. Back the other way, Hart throws up a shot, and that's good for the Hornets. Ellie Hart has got 5 points. Anderson for Starzl. They swing around now. Mickelson gets it. Inside, Bartson works around the defender. Shot too strong. Gets the defender on the player on the ground. Hopefully she's okay. She fell hard. As they will check on Eckhoff, we'll take a quick timeout.
KLN is home to great companies like Kenny's Candy and Tuffy's Pet Foods. Matt Nagel here. I was raised right here in Lakes Country. Our products are top-notch. Working for a successful, locally owned family business means job security, pride, and a connection to our local communities. Join us at Kenny's Candy. Experience an awesome benefit program, competitive wages, a sign-on bonus, and profit sharing. Shop local, work local. Get started at klnfamilybrands.com or call 347-0525 and ask for Matt.
Magnitude Sports would like to remind you that whether you're watching from home or watching from the stands, to please respect officials. Without high school officials, games are canceled and players lose playing time. Contact your local high school to find out how you can become an official and stay connected to the game you love.
And we're back here as the Hornets drive with the basketball. Late second half. Getting our clock off a little bit. We apologize for that, but near side it goes for the Hornets. See, score has been all Perham as they lead 68-32. They work up top. Swinging over near side, Aaliyah Olsen now comes back up top for Eckhoff. Natalie Eckhoff off her foot, picked up by Kaya Starzl. Starzl back the other way for the Yellowjackets. Now for Aukry. Over to Kaya Anderson. Now here for Starzl. Starzl with the head fake drives, kicks over Mickelson. Mickelson in the lane, thought about it for a moment, goes to Bartson. They bring it back up top. And the Yellowjackets, good ball movement here, patiently working the clock. As Mickelson has it. Now to Aukry. Over for Anderson. Inside Bartson. Bartson off the glass is good for two. Caitlin Bartson, her first points of the night. The Yellowjackets lead 70-32.
And one of the things when we saw an injured player shot going up here and good for the Hornets kind of took me off guard there, but a three-pointer.
Ella Missling hits the three. She got the open look, and it's now 70-35. The Yellowjackets with the basketball. We'll move it around, work inside. Riley Mickelson shot no good. Bartson battles for the rebound, gets it. Kick out, Kaya Anderson thought about it. Now in the lane, the floater for two, short. And Mickelson, and it goes down to the ground and out of bounds. And that will do it for this contest. The Yellowjackets. Henning won't even have to inbound, but they're not even going to inbound. As that will do, as you can tell on the scoreboard, the Yellowjackets pick up a 70-35 victory tonight. And a nice victory for the Yellowjackets, earning a 70-35 victory over the Henning Hornets here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll come back with the Sign Seed postgame show here on the Magnitude Sports.
There's no question that yield is at the core of everything we do at Stein. It's why we are here today, and it's what will continue to propel us and our growers into the future of agriculture. Stein and List E3 soybeans provide a significant dollar per acre yield benefit.
Hi, I'm Trevor Seaman with United Community Bank, and today we're down at the Gathering Grounds, joined with Ashley Clifton.
Hello.
Ashley, how are you?
I'm doing great, thank you.
What's the best part for you about working with United Community Bank?
Besides just that they believed in me and kind of took a chance on me and helped me get it all together, I think what's more is that they really do support the community. They come in the store all the time. They don't just give us business, but they, encourage our business, buy gift cards in the winter when we're slower to give to other, locals and businesses, so it's just really inspirational for me.
Odds are there's an ace right in your neighborhood. With expert advice and the right tools to make your quick fixes even quicker. Around the block, what you need in stock. With people who know their stuff. Welcome to the Home Convenience Store.
Hi, this is Mallory Stotterell.
And Erica Saylor from Lakes Ace Hardware.
You can expect expert help for your next project at Lakes Ace Hardware.
Right here in downtown Perham.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
When everything is in one place, it's easier to stay focused on your own life. At Central Minnesota Credit Union, we've streamlined our financial tools to ensure you have everything you need all under one roof. Whether you're starting a family, starting a business, or buying a home, CMCU is here to be a trusted financial partner, CMCU offers free checking options and a network of financial experts. Because when everything is in one place, it's easier to stay focused on your own life.
They say $1 doesn't go far these days, but in my classroom, it does. Especially when I can use it to buy technology to keep my students on the cutting edge of learning.
Arvig donates money to my school through a school partnership program.
$1 of your payment goes to area schools like mine for computers, tablets, smart technology.
It doesn't cost me anything extra to provide a better,
brighter,
more connected classroom.
There's no question that yield is at the core of everything we do at Stein. It's why we are here today, and it's what will continue to propel us and our growers into the future of agriculture. Stein and List E3 soybeans provide a significant dollar per acre yield benefit, plus access to the best weed control in the industry. That is yield plus results. Yield expected, yield delivered. Stein and List E3 soybeans have yield.
Well, welcome back here on the Postgame Show. I'm Jason Groth with Lance Rock. Nice victory for the Perham Yellowjackets here tonight as they earn the big victory over the Henning Hornets 70-35. We thank you for tuning in here on the Stallion Seed Postgame Show. And Lance, we'll go over the scoring first, and then we'll let you know with our Central Minnesota Credit Union moment of the game, as well as our United Community Bank player of the game, all coming up here on the Stein Seed postgame show. For the Yellowjackets first, the victors, they scored 34 in the first half, 36 in the second half. They earned a 70-35 victory. Willow Thiel led all scores with 21 points. Greta Hillica adds 18, 16 on the board for Sydney Anderson, and then it was Lily Ockery with 3 points, Olivia Rosenthal, Kennedy Pilgrim, and Caitlin Bartson with 2 points each. Olivia Pilgrim added 6 as well for the Yellowjackets in this victory over the Henning Hornets. Pilgrim hit 2 3-pointers on the outside. Sydney Anderson connected for 4 of them. Greta Hillica hit 3. Lily Ockery with 1, and then 2 for Olivia Pilgrim. And for the Yellowjackets, just a nice night moving the basketball around, unselfish, getting that extra pass and getting that extra look and hitting the big 3 when they needed to.
Yeah, and defense definitely set up their offense. I like their team play tonight, Jason. There wasn't, you look down the scoring, and yeah, there's some real impressive totals that you just talked about, but at no point did you feel like one person was trying to take over the game. The ball moved at all times. And I think for most of the time when Coach Super goes back and looks at the tape, he's going to be really impressed that the right shot was taken, the shot that was open. And I know listening to you real closely here, a lot of times you said it was that one extra pass. That one extra pass went from a good shot to a great shot. And I think that's one of the things that really impressed me tonight about the Yellowjackets.
On the other side of things, for the Henning Hornets, leading the way was Olivia Miziganis and Faith Fisher. They finished with 10 points each. 5 for Allie Hart, 4 for Lily Franke, 3 for Olivia Gunderson and Ella Missling. Tough going tonight for the Hornets, and I think a lot of that's due to the fact that they played a strong opponent tonight. The Yellowjackets came out, kind of sent a message early. Defense is going to be key, as you said, and that defense really, I think, shut down and made things tough for a Henning Hornets squad that obviously has lost a lot over the past few years. If you look at some of the talented players that they've had in the program and where they're at now this year, when you try to rebuild from those players that you lost.
And I think we started out the broadcast tonight, Jason, talking about question marks and who is going to answer the question mark better. And I think tonight you definitely give the edge to the Yellowjackets, and Henning's going to go back to the drawing board. They graduated a lot. They've got a lot of pieces there. What I think really got to him tonight was that pressure trapping defense up top. we're pretty young into the season to have all of your offenses ready to go and all of the things that you want to do against different defenses. And it's kind of a specialty defense when you get that trapping defense going. And I just don't know if they were quite prepared for that. And it's a hard defense, so gives Coach Super credit. It's a hard defense to try to draw something up in the huddle because it's a real defense that you have to be very athletic against.
Now we'll let you know our Central Minnesota Credit Union moment of the game. There were several good ones, but one I think that really stood out that we've talked about it a lot tonight, is the Yellowjackets defense leading to good offense. And one was a play early in the contest. It was still a tight game at this moment. It was a Willow Field block down low. Then the Yellowjackets were able to work the ball down low on the other side and kick out. Olivia Pilgrim hits the three-pointer. Helped the Yellowjackets stretch their lead and really kind of put the clamps down from there on this Henning Hornet squad. And that was in the first half, early in the first half, on your Central Minnesota Credit Union moment of the game.
Yeah, and I think it's one of those that we talked about, Jason, that it's kind of that sense of relief when that first few outside shots really go. And then when it's set up in transition off of a good defensive play, I think it just got so many of the Perham Yellowjacket girls involved that they all got kind of fired up about it, and they just rolled from there. So, yeah, I definitely agree that was a really key part to the game.
And that was your Central Minnesota Credit Union moment of the game. Visit them online at mycmcu.org. Lance, we got one more thing to finish up here on the Stein Seed post-game show, and that is naming our United Community Bank Player of the Game. Tough one to name tonight, especially when you look at the Yellowjacket side of things. They were outstanding. I'm going to give it to Willow Thiel. 21 points, 12 in the second half. She really kind of set the tone inside. It wasn't just the points that she put up. Greta Hillick had a heck of a night. She said with 18. Sydney Anderson was 16. But I just thought the things she did defensively that really just kind of made things tough for Henning was a really big key for them.
Yeah, she definitely was that presence, Jason, whether it was offensively down in the paint or defensively down in the paint. It just changed up what was trying to be done on the court. So definitely a great game. It could have went to any of those three ladies tonight. They really all had their times that they really carried the Yellowjackets. And I think one of the things, like I hope I don't say this too much, but I think one of the things that is the most impressive to me is all of their kind of scoring came through the offense and was not just a one-on-one type situation. It was set up by maybe one of the other players on the court. As we talked about, Akri had a great game just moving the basketball, and the Pilgrim girls did the same thing. So hats off. I fully endorse Willow as the player of the game, as she had an excellent game. But really, this was one of them. You could have gave it to the whole Yellowjackets team, as they really came on opening night ready to play.
And I was just going to say, Lance, opening night feels good to be back as close to normal as we're going to get here for a while, and it was great to be back in the gym. Nice crowd here. Yellowjackets with a big 70-35 victory tonight.
Yeah, just that sense of normalcy is a great thing, and it's fun to be able to still bring the broadcast to you as we kind of look at our upcoming schedules. And Jason and I will have the opportunity to cover a lot of events for you, and we're excited to do that. And we're just thrilled that you guys let us into your house by a TV screen, and that we're able to bring these to you. And we try to do our best to show you and tell you what's going on here. But great schedule coming up, and hats off to Magnitude and Mike for putting this all together.
Big slate of games coming up, especially on the Magnitude Sports Media Network Thursday night. Boys hockey action, Park Rapids taking on Sauk Center. Perham boys basketball, their season kicks off. Home opener, they take on the Gobblers of Aiken as the Yellowjackets look to remain undefeated in the Hive. They'll kick the season off on Thursday night against Aiken at 7:30, and then DGF takes on Park Rapids boys basketball action, or that's girls basketball action, on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. Then Friday nights, Barnesville will have the Perham Yellowjackets in Barnesville. I believe it's Mike Mason, Aaron Schindler on the call from Barnesville on that one. And then Saturday afternoon, Park Rapids taking on South St. Paul. I'll be joined by Mike Mason for the call of that hockey action on Saturday afternoon. And then we come back here to the Hive. The wrestling season underway. Perham hosting Bemidji and Thief River Falls, and always an exciting and unique season opening preview of what ends up usually being a section preview when those when those three squads get together.
Indeed. No, it's a running joke between Jason and I, so you have to forgive us on that one. But no, it's just such a great, whatever sport you're into, and even if it isn't your sport of choice, just this is a great way to follow along and support these kids and know that they're working hard in practice every night. And probably one of the things that I took from my brother-in-law, we were talking the other day, is he coaches basketball and assistant coach of volleyball, is these kids really put themselves out when they're out on the floor. There's a lot of opportunity for criticism and a lot of things that would have been a lot easier to be in the stands than to put yourself out on the mat or out on the court or out on the field. And so however we can support these kids, whether it's here or watching at home, it's a great way to just be a part of their lives and kind of help them as they go through their day-to-day lives. So we appreciate you as fans, and know that the kids do as well.
And Lance, I couldn't have said that better myself. Well, we thank you for tuning in here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. For Lance Rock, I'm Jason Groth. The Yellowjackets open with the W tonight here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
The proceeding has been a presentation of the Magnitude Sports Media Network.